And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Silver Lantern Archives. Today we continue on with a tale of shadow and fire. Our party is still in the city of Neverwinter, dealing with some very strange occurrences and things they weren't expecting to run into before going to hunt a dragon. But that's how life is for adventurers, so we're going to check in with the Princess Green. Still, what's been going on?
You're so weird. Anywho, what we are doing is we are going to Eki and Timmy went to do some investigation in order to see if they could track down the assassin who we think is purple. Um, while the rest of us got some rest as we are EB. Um, While they were gone, they ended up running into a street urchin who Eki has decided to trust. Um, Said street urchin has said that that is a super bad idea, but they digress. Eki has decided that we're adopting this this child, um, which I'm all for. We adopt all the street urchins and give them a better state of living. Uh, they were able to follow the assassin up until it got into the sewers, in which case uh the tiefling informed what was the kid's name?
Damien?
Damien.
Damien. Damien informed them that going any further would be a bad idea, as the finger works down there, which is a basically the thieves guild. Um, and that they have been going after high level adventurers and going down there, especially with the small of their group, would have been a death sentence. So uh, the the group decided, okay, let's go report back. Um, let's have you talk to Syl, and which they're like, okay. Um, Granted that it has been pointed out that they can't actually come into the church, which is suspicious. Um, haven't gotten that explained yet. Not for lack of trying. Um, Eki came and brought Syl out. There was some conversation in which we're like, okay, we need to go talk to somewhere private. Grabbed Tamerlane so that we weren't splitting the party too terribly much. Had a conversation in which we have found that there is some kind of underground organization that these fucking children are running. Drop the bombshell on them that, hey, Abby isn't dead, as she has been our resident urchin for us for about the last month. Uh, Granted, she's not as young as people were expecting, as the realization hits in that the last time that they saw her, she was about 14, and then she went through some timey-wimey bullshit and is now looking like about 24.
I
So it's
think
been
she
a
played
hot
out as
minute.
24, but she looks 21 now, if I remember correctly. I think she was on the younger
No,
end of
she
the
looks.
20s.
Yeah, yeah, she looks. We're guessing she's about 24. By the way she looks. She was supposed to something about her looking 24 but being even older. She's been gone a long time, even though for us it was like 24 hours.
Something like that.
So, but you know what? Did Feywild bullshit. Because unlike the rest of the party, Abby actually made it to the Feywild. But right now, they're trying to convince as many of the urchins to go into to join us in the Whispering Woods so that they can get out of the town that they are currently in because it is getting more dangerous. People are starting to target the urchins specifically, and things are getting bad. So, um, Syl and Eki are. I'm almost. I can speak for Syl. I can't speak for Eki, but I feel like we're on the same page of silently plotting the deaths of multiple guards.
Yeah, I don't know if Eki's very silent about it though.
Fair. Syl will keep you silent enough that we're not going to get arrested.
Fine.
We plot murder in secret. Because otherwise we're going to get caught and they can't carry out those murders.
Okay.
The disappointment in your voice.
Yeah.
Anything
I promise.
else?
We'll get. We did some shopping and now we are back. Uh, we are heading back to the uh church in order to have a conversation with a couple of puppos.
Good stuff. So go ahead and take your hero point. It isn't long before y'all are back at the entrance to the church itself, with the urchin running back into the urban jungle around you. What would y'all like to do?
Still will hear in their head, well, that went well.
So we'll nod. Went as well as could be expected.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go find out what this pupper's name is.
I think Eki's already making her way to Rufus.
Alrighty, as y'all come back in, it's still a flurry of motion as priests are going this way and that, trying to figure out the extent of the damage done by the assassin earlier in the day. Rufus, however, is still pinned to the ground. He is very not happy with what's going on.
You know, Eki, it was very smart to get 2 spell scrolls.
I think more people should be able to talk to Rufus. He seems unhappy.
Yeah. Well, you ready?
Yes.
So we'll start using the spell scroll.
Wait, actually, what if you hold off on this? Wait, never mind. I can't learn that spell anyway. Never mind. Ignore me.
It actually is a good point. You could use the spell. Well, you could use the spell called to learn it.
He can't.
If one of y'all is a wizard.
I
Not a
can't.
wizard.
It's not a wizard spell. Unfortunately, it's a druid spell.
Yeah.
Druid bards, and I think artificers.
Druids, bards, and rangers, and druids, bards, rangers can learn it.
Yeah, not a wizard spell.
Yeah. Trust me, I thought about it too. That and honestly, Tamerlane being able to speak to Rufus, I think Rufus would drive him even more insane.
It's either that or me and Rufus would enable each other to do crazy a-hole shit.
You wouldn't.
That's also true.
Yeah, because imagine Rufus says like, "Look, can we jump over that?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" and I cast haste on him.
That 100% would be a thing.
You think Rufus would ask?
That's fair.
The moment he learns I can cast haste, yes.
Rufus don't give a fuck. Rufus is gonna do his
He
shit.
goes those. Rufus goes zoom. So yeah, Phil is casting he's using the spell scroll.
Is
So
it
is
just the
Becky.
one getting used? Okay, Aki's using the other one.
Mhm.
But as the spell comes into effect, Syl, you are the first one that goes through. Aki's a little bit behind. You hear just the growls from Rufus as Korvac is holding him down. One hand on the snout, one arm pressed against the gear he wears on his back, and he has him pinned to the ground.
Yeah. Phil is going to go up to Rufus and go, Rufus, what happened?
They're here. They're here. I can smell them.
Who's here?
That person. The angry one. The quiet one. I smelled that. That is a weird voice for this dog to have, but I do not remember what his voice was.
I was gonna say that is not Rufus's voice.
I don't remember his voice
That's
at
The king.
all.
He's the king of the north.
I'd say Eki was going to comment. Rufus sounds nothing like I expected.
He was way more sophisticated. It was
He's
kind
not
of weird.
sophisticated right now. He's all kinds of pissed off.
Yeah.
But you hear him continuing to growl in this tirade. They're trying to push up. Their muzzle is currently pinned, so they can't really open their mouth very well, so they're having trouble making noises as Korvac has him pinned.
Yeah. Okay. Syl is going to look at Rufus and go, Rufus, I need you to calm down. Otherwise, I cannot help you hunt these people down.
You can't. That's still not it. You won't be able to.
Who are they?
The people that fool brought them. I know they're sent.
Rufus, is it people that Purple knew?
Yes. As he is almost bucking Korvac. As Korvac has
Oh.
to adjust his stance and leans in heavier.
Rufus, what do
Timmy
you
will
plan
go
on?
in.
What are you
Oh,
doing to
sorry.
me?
Timmy's gonna go in and try to help Korvac.
Fair, Timmy. As you're trying to press down, Rufus is starting to buck both of you. Y'all are keeping him under hold, but he is pushing.
Can Eki hear Rufus yet?
Yes.
Just gonna say, Rufus, we know where they went. We can't go down there right now. This puppers helped us find where they went to, and we met a kid who's going to help us.
You hear the growling as Rufus is putting everything. He's got his paws underneath. He is starting to get inches off the ground. Despite both Korvac and Timmy trying to hold him in place.
If you take off, you're just going to get us all kicked out of the temple, and no one's going to be able to heal April. Is it April who's on the ground, by the way, above table?
She's not on the ground anymore. She's been moved off to the side with the way Rufus has been
I was
acting.
just, I was just making sure it was April, though.
it was
So yeah, Eki's just going to tell him that no one will be able to heal the rest of the party in this temple. The only place they can get healed if you rampage through the city.
You see, he continues to try to stand. There is a rage in his eyes that you have never seen before. Syl has never seen this.
Phil is going to get in front of Rufus and go, Rufus, if you go off on this tirade, you're going to get yourself killed. We won't be able to save Galen. It's going to make it worse. I need you to calm down.
I need a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Joke's on you. I had disadvantage anyway.
Double disadvantage. Not that.
I'm going to use a hero point to get rid of it.
Double disadvantage. You roll 4 dice, you take the lowest.
Where's my persuasion? I'm
That would
getting
be an
headbutted by a
awful rule.
cat.
Like that would be a nightmare in Toasty rule.
Cat, I swear to the gods. I'm being attacked.
Rufus is sending his minions.
Apparently fucking so. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Sokka.
You see him stare you down, and it's a tense moment. It's very strange seeing this come from such a kind creature usually. But after a moment, he does relent, and Korvac and Timmy manage to pin him again. But you can see that boiling rage still.
Syl is going to put her hand on his face and just goes, I know you want to go after them. Trust me, I do too. But if we don't do this logically, people are going to get hurt that shouldn't.
You just hear more growling.
Still, you'll hear in your head, you know, the healers have already wrapped up his feet and everything, right? At this point, he just needs rest, right?
Are you asking
I don't
Syl or
think he's
asking me?
going to rest.
There you go.
They're asking me.
Well, we could put him in a situation where he literally can't do anything but rest.
Minus the fact that we've already tried to put him down with magic and it hasn't worked.
Yes, but we could try. We could try putting him, in the Whispering Woods. I don't think can Rufus Castles get out of there? Oh, without Darian.
Syl thinks about it for a second. Rufus, can we trust you to keep calm so that we can get the job done?
You see him think for a couple seconds. And you hear the growled answer of no.
So we're going to need to bench you then.
The growling gets deeper.
Still here behind. If we're gonna do this, we should probably do it now. He was real close to getting both me and the big guy off.
Syl looks at Rufus and is just with. Syl is looking at Rufus with just so much of I don't want to do this, but is going to ask that Darian opens the portal. He needs to go in.
I was gonna say you should probably have Timmy ask Darian in secret so the dog doesn't try to escape. Not at least not at first.
He's gonna try to escape anyway.
Yeah, but if you open
He-
up the portal behind him, he won't notice until we start moving him toward it.
Oh yes, he will.
Fair enough. Uh, let's do this.
You see, he pushes himself to his feet, shrugging both you and Korvac.
Shouldn't he be? Shouldn't he be getting past an athletics check?
What's your score?
My strength score is 16.
No, but your athletics, sorry.
Like the proficiency thing, like
Your overall
plus-
bonus
Your
to
plus.
athletics.
oh, it's a +6.
Yeah, you can't beat him right now. Oh, even with advantage, the crit won't save you.
Yep. Well, Phil is going to look at Rufus and inform him that if he runs off, she's gonna follow him.
You see, he doesn't run, but instead walks through the portal on his own. Before he
Oh.
does, he turns to look. Do not trust them. They're killers.
Who?
Before he goes through the portal.
Who?
He didn't say who.
No. I am going to stop because that's important. Rufus, who?
He's already gone through the portal.
Yes, I am physically capable of following him.
That's fair. As
So
you see the wind blowing through, ruffling his mane, you can see the bandages around his feet are not doing the best. And those that Pervil allied with, they're sneaky. They prefer the shadows. There's a chance that they killed Galen's sibling.
and if that's the case, we'll bring him revenge. We just have to do it with some form of thought. Or why I'm doing it, I'm gonna rebandage his feet.
Do you see he doesn't let you? As he is moving
Rufus,
off towards the ends of the wood.
Rufus, please.
He remains quiet.
Ah!
As you see the large frame moving into the dark of the Whispering Wood.
I'm gonna ask Lyra if she can keep an eye on him. Send one of the dragons after him just to make sure that he doesn't do anything stupid.
I think in this case, watching from afar will be better.
That's fine. Just. But Syl's gonna go rejoin the party, and then Eki can do what she's gonna do with the puppers.
Yay, Eki, what you got?
Becky would have just walked out as soon as about 5 seconds after talking to Rufus because he isn't worth reasoning with. Would have just found a different room, sat down with the dog, and taken out of its little Bjorn, and just said, "Hi, my name is Eki. What's your name?"
What's a name?
It's what we call ourselves.
That's a strange thing.
How do you know when someone's speaking to you?
Mostly they kick me.
They kick you?
Yes.
That's not how someone should get your attention.
Well, it only happens when I'm not listening. Once they start yelling, if I don't respond or get out of their trash, they come with the sticks or the feet.
Mhm. I don't think the ones who live up here are very kind.
They just really like their trash. You should have seen what they did to the raccoon and the possum that got into the trash. The pointy sticks that
I
move
do not
very
know.
fast. And then there was the fire. Oh, the fire was bad. But we learned not to go to that chef anymore.
No one is eating the trash, but you all, they should have just let you have it.
They did not think so.
Maybe you will show me where the chef's trash is so I can show the chef what it feels like to be hit with sticks.
That is a bad idea. They are good people.
You are not good people if you hit animals and burn them with fire.
Oh, I didn't get burned. It was the possum. They got blown up. It
That
was
doesn't
sad.
make you good to blow up. Yes, that makes them bad people to do that. Possums, I've never seen one, but I hear they're very good about eating ticks, and ticks give diseases.
I do not know about all of that. But the chef was a good person. They gave free food to the needy and were a very good father. Until his daughter got in with the wrong people, and then they were on the outs, and then she tried to rail against him, and then she disappeared. Poor girl.
And then he started beating animals and blowing up possums.
Oh no, that's always been him. But he's a good person.
I do not think we agree on what a good person is.
Well, don't good people treat people well?
Good people should treat living things well, not just people. If you hurt the defenseless, you are a worse person, and animals are often the most defenseless of us all.
Well, I wouldn't say that. But we really don't matter. We're just the
That's
trash
not
under the
true.
streets.
I think we need to hire a druid therapist to work with you to get through this because that is not true.
Oh, but it is. That's how it always works in the city. We are the mongrels and the wasted.
I don't like this city very much. They do the same thing to children in this city as they do to animals. The people here are not good people.
Isn't that all cities?
I don't know. I haven't been in many cities except for where I'm from, and it is not like that there. We
Oh, I
all have a
see.
purpose, and that's what we do.
I do not have a purpose but to die on the streets after serving my time here, helping who I can.
I was hoping you would join us, and your purpose could be to help us, and then you do not die on the streets after serving. You shouldn't just serve.
I will die on the streets one day, like my mother before me, and her mother before her. It is the way of life, and I have accepted.
It does not have to be that way.
Ah, but it does. To serve is the greatest honor.
To serve on the streets, would you not rather come with us and do something different?
I will help however I can, but one day the streets will take me, whether I wish them to or not. It is our fate as those born in the waste.
Mm. I understand. That is an interesting way to view things. We do not get born in the waste, but we are born to serve, and then when we die, we just go into a new body and do it again.
It is said that we are reborn 7 times, each to help someone in need. We never know who it is we will find, who it is we are to help, but someday we will find them, and we won't know,
Mm.
but we will have fulfilled our purpose in that life, and then the streets will once again take us. Sometimes it may be
You
warm,
have
sometimes it may be cold, sometimes it may be painful, but we are there to help someone, as the old dog has decreed.
religion.
What's a religion?
Do you follow a you said all dog has decreed. Do you follow this all dog?
It is not that I follow, but he knows. He knows. He watches. He leads us by the leash to where we need to be.
Mm. He sounds nice. Maybe we will meet him one day.
He is not nice,
Um,
but he is just, and he knows what must be done.
is he a dog as well?
He is all dog.
So all dogs are not nice?
It is not that, but the all dog is not nice. Niceties. It is not nice to send us to some of the lives that we live, but it is the right thing to do. We must live lives of torment sometimes, so that we may save those most in need.
You have a very noble calling. I wonder, do you remember what your mother called you? You spoke of your mother.
She died, giving birth to me and my litter.
Do you still have your siblings?
No, I am the last.
And you don't have anything that you're called except when those kick you.
No, I do not think so. They say many things, but as I understand it, they are not things worth saying again.
Hmm. I think Eki is going to, for the first time, everyone's just going to hear Eki yell, and she's just going to yell for Syl really loud, just right in the middle, and say, then look at the dog and say, I apologize. I would like help with this because I don't understand how to pick a name.
It is
And I
okay.
think you have one.
I think I am used to the yelling. It does not bother me. I just ask if
I
you
do
are
not.
to kick me, don't hit the face. The ribs are much better. They're less
If
likely to
someone kicks you, he's just going to very seriously look at this dog and put her hands on its shoulder and say, if someone kicks you in front of me, I will kill them right then and there, and no one will stop me. I hope you know that.
I ask you not to sully your hands on my account.
It does not matter. For me, that is not sullying. I am a war cleric, and we believe that sometimes that is the way you spread your message. And that will be the way that I spread the message that we do not hurt dogs. Not in this world.
That sounds the same as
And
those that kept the trash clear. They will send their message through kicks. It is sad that you think the
then
same. It's right at this point that Syl's running out.
Timmy's gonna be right behind following the yelling.
um, like he's just going to look at Syl and be, I don't understand the dog. I understand them, but they think that if they are kicked, that is how you get their attention, and that you're not supposed to do anything against the ones who kick them. And they said, that the ones who kick them blew up a possum for being in the trash. But they don't want me to hit the ones who kick them back.
I see. So they were abused.
And
That
they
does not
say that
surprise
it's
me.
not okay to do anything in return to those who hit them, and that people are nice, even though people are supposed to hit and kick them.
Dogs. Mortal's best friend. They're too loyal for our own good. We don't deserve them.
They do not have a name, and I am disappointed I was wrong.
It's okay. I'm not surprised it didn't have a name, speaking that they were abused. No one would have cared to give them one.
But I figured you could talk to them and maybe you could help them pick a name.
I have a distinct feeling that if we let them pick, it's going to be something that we don't like, in the sense of it's going to be degrading. So,
Becky, you'll hear in your head, is it a boy or a girl dog?
It
if I
is a girl.
remember
We
correctly.
found that out.
Yeah.
We knew that before we could speak with her. She was a girl. I think we noticed by the way she relieved herself for the restroom. And she'll look at the dog and say, "Sorry, we didn't mean to watch. You just kind of went next to us."
It is okay, I do not mind.
When you have to
So,
use the bathroom, you have to use it.
Egisel's going to come up to you and give the dog some scritches. Mm.
He's just going to point to Syl, look at the dog and say, "This is Syl." And the large one is Timmy. Timmy can only talk in your mind, and he doesn't have the spell scroll going, so he can't talk to you right now.
Well
That's
met,
actually
and may the old dog lead you to goodness.
They have a religion, kind of.
dogs have religion.
They believe, well, they have an all dog who sends them out for 7 different lives to help someone in need. And when they help the one in need, they die and do it again. And this one was born on the streets, so its lot in life is to help and then die on the streets.
Oh, that's wow.
It is a
Mhm.
noble calling,
It is.
not an easy one. I do not think it
And
means that you should get hit with sticks or kicked or lit on fire, though. That is not part of a noble calling.
so, in that case, when it comes to a name, I've got two: Natura or Willow.
Mm,
Hmm. I was thinking something like Freya or Siggy or something.
I
Looks at Eki.
I do not know. Becky's going to look at the dog and just kind of be, I think you should choose, but I would call you Raven. But I think you have multiple names. She'll repeat did you say Freya? And I forgot the other one. Sorry, Timmy.
Siggy, like fuck, what's the actual name of that this the Norse goddess? Sig something.
So we have Freya, Siggy, Willow, Nutura, Raven, Tinker kinda, and then just ask the dog. Like you just ask the dog which one it prefers. Just say, I think that you should have some choice in what you're called. That way we can call you this, and whenever we say it, you'll know we are trying to get your attention, and then you can respond.
If you yell loud enough, I will hear.
Well, yes, which one would you like us to use to yell loud enough with?
I do not think it matters.
What if I told you it mattered to us?
Then choose to your heart's content. This is my fourth life, and I
You are
know how
different.
it works. It is not a true name, but a name doesn't matter. It is what we do that matters, and it is who we help.
Mhm.
Phil is going
You
to
would
look at
fit
the
in well.
dog.
Sorry, go ahead.
Phil's going to look at the dog and goes, it just helps us so that we are able to make it clear that we are specifically talking to you.
Then you may choose as you like, even if each is different.
Okay.
I think you would fit in well where I am from. We don't use names a lot, just what we are. That's why I'm called what I am. I just am what I am. And just kind of, actually, just kind of look at Syl and Timmy and say, I do not want to choose the name. I don't like that. You pick, and I will call the dog what we choose.
One sec, I've got this. So I just put the first. We're gonna roll a d5. That's not.
Like it.
That's the wrong command. 4. It's Willow. The dice have spoken.
I like it.
Let's do it.
Then we shall go with Willow. And if you hear us say Willow, you'll know we're trying to get your attention because sometimes you'll hear yelling and you'll know that that's not us yelling for you.
I see, I see. Well,
Um,
if that is what you deem to call me, I will know it. And when the kicks come in, I will be ready.
You will not be getting kicked with us, whether you agree with me or not, on a level, on a spiritual level, if you will. If someone kicks you, I will kill them.
You should not sully your
And if
hands for
not
such
kill
a
them,
waste.
it's not a waste for me. I think this is something we fundamentally disagree on, but I do not think it is a waste to use my abilities to protect those who cannot protect themselves. That is something I believe
If I am
very
to die,
strongly.
I will die at the prescribed time, and I will go on to help who I need to help next. And then, once
That
all
is
7
true.
lives have passed, I will join the Aldal.
I don't disagree with you, but while you are with us, as long as you choose to stay, I will not allow people to kick you. You will die, as always, in life. Everyone dies. You just will not die from being kicked while you're with us.
At least
Are we able
not from
to
us.
agree? Yeah, definitely not from us.
If you are
Can
sure,
we agree on that?
I do not think it will be the case, but we will see. Life takes many strange paths on the way to the grand fields.
That is true. I feel that I can do this one thing while you're looking for who you are to help, then I can help by not letting you be kicked. I won't outright kill someone for kicking you, but I will hit them back and let them know that that is how it feels to be kicked. It is only fair.
You see the pupper remain silent this time.
Ike's just gonna look at Syl and just say, I don't like this place. And she's just gonna get up and walk away. Because Eki is now
Eki?
very sad. I don't even think she'll stop. She's just gone. Like she's just going.
Yeah. Syl is going to go, Eki, if you continue to walk away, we can't get anything done. Which means that we're going to be here longer.
That she's just going to keep going and just kind of hold up a finger for like, give me a damn minute and just keep walking. Not the flip you off finger, just the 1 minute finger.
Fair enough.
Still
I'm gonna.
hearing that.
What would I hear?
Well, that was deeply troubling. I gotta say, when you guys bought those scrolls, I was expecting some harshness from Rufus, but I wasn't expecting the sheer tragedy this other dog has. My God.
Willow's a stray. What do you expect? I'm gonna give Willow scritches.
They accept them happily.
Come on, let's go talk to Korvac.
Do we bring the dog with us?
Yes.
And Timmy gingerly picks up Willow, kind of cradling it like a little baby.
You get carapace licks on your face.
Timmy just chitters happily.
Re-enters the room with Korvac.
You see Ting still flitting about as well.
Well, we weren't wrong. Rufus recognized the scent as a couple of people that Pervo had allied himself with.
At least we know now.
That we do.
The others have been returned home.
They have what?
He gestures vaguely to where the portal was.
That was aimed at you for being too quiet.
The others have been returned home.
Okay. Okay. Still is going to give Korvac an update on what we learned with the urchins. While we wait for... Yeah.
Urchins have a habit of knowing more than they should.
Agreed. But that knowledge keeps them alive.
It also will get them killed.
I also agree with you there. I think Syl's just going to sit down. She's tired.
What will Timmy do?
What's Tamerlane doing is my question.
Doing
That
a
is a
weird
good
jig in the back.
Cameron pretty much hasn't been really doing anything. He's more just like, he's basically just antsy, waiting for the day to pass so he A, gets his magic back, and B, can return on the search of finding his supply. So yeah, Tamerlane's not really doing much right now. Though you do see him still eyeing everybody, trying to like, who the hell has my stuff?
The
Louise-
fact that you think that it still exists.
Unless shown with proof of the otherwise, he believes it's still around. That if it is shown to be destroyed, he needs to go make more.
No, not allowed.
You're not allowed access to alchemy equipment.
Right, crap, yeah, and plus I'm pretty sure I can't find half the creatures using them in the prime material plane.
Multi-dimensional drugs.
Still is going to hand Core back the beating stick. She's too tired.
Wait, what? Wait, I see the stick. I'm like, wait, why are you giving that to Cormac?
He
Cormac,
bonks
stay
you on
away.
the head.
Don't look at me that way. That's ow! Ah!
Still here in their head. Well, you punish Tamerlane for, I'm sure, very good reason. Has anyone cleaned this dog up since we got back?
It could use a bath.
Right. So you guys rest up. I'm gonna go clean this dog up.
What is clean? You hear from the dog just as the spell dies out.
Maybe we'll go up to a priest and ask like where the baths are.
You
All right, I'll
are
go get a leash.
directed
You don't need a leaf.
to an area on the first floor.
Maybe heads over.
It is a communal shower.
Oh, they have plumbing.
I mean, the
Welcome
D&D
to
equivalent of plumbing.
Welcome. They have magic plumbing. Welcome to the city of crafters.
Nice.
That being said, still is going to look at Tamara and go, dog doesn't need a leash. But you know what? You should go with them. I think you also need a bath.
What do you mean? What do you mean? My last bath was. He didn't start counting on his fingers. Like 6 days ago.
Bath.
Fine.
Tamerlane, when you get there, you'll just see Timmy kind of like scrubbing the dog with a hand, like one of those fuck, what's it called? The the handheld sprayer, clicking an approximation of working at the car wash.
So what he means is he has a bucket.
Oh, you
Yeah, I
said
let you.
showers.
Yeah, they have showers, not movable showers.
Oh, well, then he's just standing underneath. He's just pulling the dog underneath it, scrubbing it with his little hands.
Yeah, I need to take my armor off. So by the time I do with that, you should be done with the doggy. Then I'll just go and clean myself off.
The dog is actually very good at staying still.
I'm very gentle with it. My little hands just like combing through the I'm just assuming it's just a matted mess of fur.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to find this dog a proper brush.
Celsius probably has one.
I don't think they want to share a brush with a dog. Because I'm just assuming this thing has all the fleas.
Just go use one of the brushes we have for Rufus.
They have many
Oh.
fleas, ticks. You're pretty sure one of them's an abyssal tick?
Where the hell did you even get one of these on you?
The dog doesn't say anything. But yeah, there's some abyssal ticks on there. Tamerlane, you know they makes for some very spicy drugs. If prepped correctly.
Yeah, I go over with like a cloth and said like, put them over here. Or I'll throw them in the garbage, or I'll make sure they're disposed of properly.
Timmy just looks at you and tosses them into the drain. Like, no,
They are too big for the drain.
really? How big are these things?
Decently sized. A little bit smaller
They're
than your
probably
thumbnail.
they're probably like just big enough they don't fit down the drain thing. I was like, and I'll just like grab them up, wrap them up.
I mean, Timmy will say to Tamlin, "You know, I'm gonna tell Syl if you grab those, right?"
Yeah, I know, but I still can't. Yeah, I know, but I still can't find my supply. I can do some interesting stuff with these. If not drugs, then I can make some. I can make some either explosives or poisons out of it.
You gotta stop with the drugs, man. And as Timmy just like kind of pours a little bucket of water over the dog to wash off the suds.
They're how I function. They're how I survive the astral sea.
Have you tried working out? Endorphins could be a hell of a drug.
When you're
Yes,
dumping
I
the
tried.
water
It got boring.
over the dog, you notice that it winces as if something passes over their back left leg.
Timmy will stop and examine the leg.
You see there's a pretty nasty burn hiding under the fur there.
All right. So I don't know how you got that. I'm not going to. I'm not gonna get angry about it. But we should probably find you some burn cream or something.
It looks like an old burn, not a fresh one.
But it still hurts.
Yeah, it seems so.
I'll have to have a healer look at that.
It's not really something healing could do. It looks kind of scarred.
Like it did heal right.
They look like it was healed at some point, but healing magic can't do anything for it, and it isn't the best on how it healed.
Well, then Timmy will just mark that out as a place to be very careful of, and we'll mention it to Syl once the bath is done.
Fair.
But he'll continue washing the dog. He'll ask Tamerlane to grab him a brush from someplace.
Tamerlane's currently
Uh,
sneaking away with ticks, I think.
I'll probably hear that. I'll probably use him telling me to go get the brush as a reason to go back and hide the ticks.
Fair.
No, I'll go over. I'll go over, seal them up in like a baggie in my stuff, and I'll go and see if I can find wherever Syl keeps Rufus's brushes.
So you're gonna go check with Syl.
Yeah, well, probably more Korvac since Syl is asleep.
How far away is the bath from where everyone else is? Like
The other
in
side
terms
of
of feet,
the
is it within
church?
120 feet?
No.
Dang.
As you
I mean,
return,
yeah.
Tamerlane, you do find Syl leaning against Korvac.
Are they awake?
Korvac's playing Go again.
No. Korvac, do you know where Syl keeps the brushes for Rufus? They're giving the dog a bath, and they need a brush.
Syl, do you respond?
I'm not awake.
Yeah, I asked Korvac specific. Korvac and Syl was out.
He reaches in her bag and takes out 3 brushes.
I'll probably take the one that is. I'll probably take like the one that's in the middle between like rough and
He
soft,
hands you
just so I don't want.
all 3.
Oh, all right, thanks. Alrighty.
As each
I
have a
take the
different
brushes
purpose.
and Okay, I take the brushes and I also take my carrying bag with me to the showers.
Okay.
Yeah, once I get back to the showers, I'll hand them over to Timmy and say like, "All right, Korvac gave me these 3, so they should help."
Oh, this will work. And Tilly will start brushing the dog, starting with the brush with the firmest bristles to get the knots and tangles out. Working my way down to the softer ones to just brush out everything else.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Tamerlane is going to shower, but he also takes out his pestle and stone and begins like crushing up and squeezing out all the essence from the abyssal ticks.
It turns into this goopy purple void-ish goo.
Righty. I get it down to a nice little consistency, and then I put the goop into like a vial for now.
Okay.
Save you for later.
Seriously, Tablet, I really hope you're just going to be making stuff to help the party with that stuff. Help us in combat. If you're using that shit for recreation, I
I've
can't
already
be held.
learned that. Look, I've already pissed off the group enough. I'm not making my recreational stuff with this stuff. I'm just probably going to make some combat enhancers.
That's fine.
Or if I do use it for a recreational thing, it's going to be something that helps with combat. It's crap, what the hell? I think it was called like Met or something. I don't know.
It's fucking Tamlin, the Walter White of D&D.
I don't know. I've seen people take this stuff and they're nearly unkillable, or take a lot to kill them.
One way to describe it, yeah.
It's just once and all. So after a while, have I managed to get the dog looking pristine?
Pristine, no. Better, yes.
I'm just assuming this dog is littered with like various poorly healed wounds
Oh, yeah.
and stuff. That stuff, yeah.
Syl and Eki's efforts early on sealed everything that was new and healed those, but it takes very different care for all the other old injuries.
Take this guy to a vet.
So, Syl.
Good. Yeah. But once completed, and I wrapped the dog in a nice fluffy towel. Well, I think it's time we rejoin the party, Tamlin.
There are no towels.
The hell kind of showers don't have towels?
If they're communal, they probably don't want the mass spread of disease in between people using the same cloth. So you either have to bring your own, or they just dry themselves with magic.
I see. Well, there's always my other method. I think this was a thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'd press to digitate him, but my magic's still off limits till tomorrow.
Could I, in my capacity as a Path of the Giant, specifically Flame Giant Barbarian, could I channel that to like heat up my body to like a nice warm temperature, like a warming, a drying temperature?
Not a drying temperature. You'd be able to heat up a little bit, but not enough for something like that.
That's how you end up cooking yourself.
Yep.
There pretty well. I guess look for a look for a nice sunny spot to dry the dog off.
You see there's a window up there's a window above that sends some light through to right in front of a door. So are you going to go over there? Raven?
Sorry, had a call. But you said that there was like a nice sunny spot,
Right in
like
front of the
with a
door.
window. Maybe we'll walk over to it, sit in front of sit in the spot of sun, and
As
warm up his
soon
body a little bit.
as you walk into the sun, you feel it amplify, and the water immediately dries off of you.
Huh. Well, that's handy. Hey, Tamlin, check this out.
Hmm?
Timmy will step out of the light. Step into the light.
Sure, I do so.
You immediately dry off.
Oh, that's convenient.
Right?
Who would have thought? The Church of Lythander, the Morning Lord, uses sunlight for things.
Right? It's so weird.
This seems like a slight abuse of the god's power, but I serve the god of magic, not the god of the sun.
Yeah. Well, use everything you can. That's what they taught. That's what they teach you in the desert.
So, after y'all finish cleaning the dog up, what do y'all do?
I'm heading back to the party.
So,
Yeah, I head
Syl
back.
or where? One of the priests inform you Eki has gone outside.
You keep an eye on the dog. I'm gonna go check on Eki.
Are you sure you won't be the one to check on Nikki?
I mean, I've got nothing else better. I've got nothing else better to do now. And plus, also, animals actually kind of like you.
Oh, come on! I'm sure the dog will like you, and Timmy will hold Willow up to Tamerlane, like kind of snoot to face level.
You get stared at by a dog, Termo. You get the distinct image of this dog saying, "Don't do drugs."
Nope, this dog doesn't. Nope, this dog doesn't like me. I'm gonna go find Eki. I turn around and go look for them.
Timmy will just sort of shrug. All right, I guess I'm holding it there, dog.
It didn't actually say that. It's just the mental image he got.
I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But Timmy will head back to rejoin Syl and Korvac.
Gotcha. Syl is currently wrapped around Korvac's like mid back. She's effectively wrapped around his waist. Like a dog or cat trying to curl around somebody. But the person is too big. Korvac's still playing Go.
Korvac will hear in their head, well, she looks comfortable.
He doesn't say much of anything.
Isn't Go a two-person game? How the hell is he playing alone?
He's playing against himself.
Well, would you like some company playing Go?
Of course. Do you know the rules?
Somewhat familiar.
Then he gestures to the seat in front of him.
Korvac, I'm not Korvac. Timmy will sit down with the dog in his lap. His little arms will continue to scratch the dog while he plays Go with the Korvac.
Fair. Meanwhile, outside, Tamerlane or Eki, where are you?
Ingeki just went and found a place that looks comfortable to sit and sat down and is just kind of staring off into space thinking.
You found a nice place in the garden. Nice stone bench sitting before a fountain.
Sounds good.
Your peace and quiet is probably ruined by the heavy clunking of chainmail armor.
I think Eki would just kind of continue to sit there and think, just not looking happy.
That one doesn't really answer. He looks seeing you so calm and just stares at you.
Eki will just continue to sit there.
Okay, good. You're not dying. All right. He just turns around and then leaves.
She'll just continue to sit there. She is thinking.
Where do you go after that, Tamerlane?
With everyone kind of resting, I kind of just go to like a little private area to be by myself for just a second as I add some more stuff to the goo to keep it consistent and keep it from like going bad.
So you go into a alley.
One second. 1 second.
Think real hard about this, Emily.
No, I don't.
So where are you going to get privacy?
I try and see if I can find like a private place in the church, like a closet or something.
The priests are currently running around everywhere. There would not be enough space to, which is why I was suggesting the alley.
Okay, yeah. If I can't find any peace here, I'm like, all right, fine. I'll go to the. I'll find an alley, but I'll find one close to the church, so I'm not far away.
Fair. Well, it's not too hard to find.
All right. Make this quick. I look around. I can't have any more visits today. I'm already on enough of a list for the group.
Did Blue cut off or anyone else? Like, it's
No.
just like there was like a significant amount of silence before he said that.
Not that I noticed. But
No.
Blue, as you're starting to put the preservatives in, you hear something from the roof.
What the? I look up.
There's nothing there.
Oh God, I'm going to. Oh great, I'm going through the withdrawal stuff of hearing things now.
What is that?
Yeah, what the fuck that?
As you look up, there's a little girl standing right in front of you. She's probably about 10 years old. She's got this light blue skin, and her hair is mostly wisps. Probably a genasi of some kind.
Okay, I immediately put my stuff away for a second. I'm going to go for my spell book, but then I realize, fuck, no magic. Nothing. I was trying to get some peace and quiet and work by myself for a bit. Who are you, little child?
Well, it doesn't really matter, but you were using the wrong preservatives.
What are you talking about?
Well, you grabbed the wrong vial.
What do you mean? The vial's right here. As I reach for it.
It's definitely the wrong vial.
What the? I swear I grabbed the right one. Ugh. Must have got mixed up with something else in my bag.
Look pretty bad. That and you're drugged up on all kinds of stuff. You really are having a rough day.
Tell me about it. My magic's still busted till tomorrow.
Yeah, I can see that.
Well, as much as I appreciate the talk, I've got to go then.
You don't
Because I
appreciate
turn around.
it. Not yet, anyway.
What was the last bit?
What?
What was the last thing you said? It kind of came up muzzled.
No, she said not yet anyway.
Well, your party's currently looking for you. So it would be suspicious to see you in an alley, right?
Looking for me. I've been gone like 5-10 minutes.
And yet the big bug knows you ran off with the dicks.
Oh, for God's sake.
But if you have a witness, you won't have to worry.
And who exactly is the witness? I'm asking her.
I can be a witness for a single gold piece.
And
Sarah's getting blackmailed by a little girl. I love that.
I do not even know who the hell you are, small, unfortunate child.
I'm your way not to get in trouble.
All right, fine. You will. Like, flick a coin over to them.
They catch it and it disappears.
Alrighty, I'll go head them off. You finish your work, but use the right preservatives.
Okay, what the fuck? It's like, I wonder myself, I was like, is every fucking alleyway in the city cursed?
No, just the next one over.
She skips away.
Wait, what do you mean about the next one over? Oh,
As you
fine.
look
All right.
over, there is a very long-fingered, kind of shadowy creature peeking around the corner. And the moment you look, it dips behind the corner again.
Oh god.
Okay, god damn it, the city's fucking. I kind of looks like, okay, this city is fucking cursed, but I have other shit to do first.
So,
Everyone's got the fucking wraith looking at us after him now.
it's at this point a little paper plane or paper bird flies through the window and lands on the ground next to Timmy's foot.
Hold that thought, Corvette. Timmy will pick up the little paper plane thing and look at it.
There are a lot of squiggles on it.
Timmy will open it up and see if he can read it.
No.
Timmy will hold up does this look like language to you?
You see Korvac point towards the window.
Timmy will look over to the window.
There is a small blue head looking in through the window. They can't get there any higher than their nose over the sill, but they're over there.
Timmy will stand up, but Willow still, cradle in his little arms, and walk over to the window and open it. Can I help you?
Excuse
Actually-
me, mister.
The little
Oh,
girl
wait, I can't
says.
talk. Oh, I can't talk to her. Hold a second. Timmy will pull out one of his his notepad and hold it up, showing the little girl the writing. I
She
need
nods.
to talk in your mind. Hello. What can I do for you?
Hello, mister. The guy that you're friends with helped me out, and he said I should come tell you that he's being a good person.
Oh my god, no, that is so suspicious.
I am friends with. Timmy will Timmy will look around, see that the only other person here would probably be Darian. So the person that's being talked about must be Tamlin. You're saying Tamlin helped you out, and I'm assuming you meet Tamlin, and Timmy will describe Tamlin. Just make sure.
He heard me yell when I was looking for help, and he came and helped me.
Uh-huh. How exactly did Tamlin help you?
Oh, he beat up the bad guy with a stick. He wasn't a very good bad guy. But Mr. Tamerlane
Tamlin.
did good. But he said he couldn't use his magics, so he had to use a stick.
Tamlin. Tamlin beat someone with his head with physical force.
Well, I mean, he was pretty diseased, so I'm not all that surprised. But I'm very small, so he could have beaten me.
Well, I should probably go make sure Tamlin's okay. Where is Tamlin?
Oh, he's getting the person off. He'll be back in just a moment. Oh, look, there he is now. He's coming back in. Thank you, Mr. Tamerlane.
As Tamerlane is
You're welcome.
on the
It was-
doorstep.
You're welcome. It was nothing.
Thank you for getting rid of the
I just-
diseased man.
I just have to say, above table, I just spit out my coffee. So thank you for that. Tamerlane's getting the guy off. Like, I
Goddamn.
just wanted you to know that I spit my coffee out when you said that. I was like, no.
I didn't
No.
want to say it.
She's 10. Shush.
I'm sorry.
Stupid kid. I want my coin back.
No,
So sorry.
she's earned it. She's so earned it.
Oh, she earned extra. It's amazing.
Hey, CC. Just a quick question from my memory. You said we earned gold earlier. How much did we earn for each party member?
I don't know.
From
I
the
don't
stuff
know
we
how
sold?
y'all split it. That's
I don't
up to
think we did
y'all.
split it.
I think it's in the party
We
funds.
haven't been splitting it. It's been going into party funds. What do you
Okay, I
need?
might need some of that later. I just realized I might need some of that to pay my dealer off later, just for my cut.
As well, as you
Fair.
look out the window, Timmy, you do see a Tamerlane with a stick. Tamerlane, you're not entirely sure when you got a stick, but you have one.
Ow. What's up?
Tamerlane. So you beat someone with a stick.
Yeah, I was just like pissing off the little urchin kid. So it was just trying to like, I don't know the technical term for it, but just being a general annoyance and trying to get money from the little urchin kid, or maybe trying to kick them. So I basically just walked up, tried to be reasonable. When that failed, I grabbed a stick and basically just like smacked him in the head a couple times and told him to fuck off.
Yeah, he was gonna take me and bring me to one of those sale houses. I don't want to go to a sale house.
I don't
What's
know if I was
wrong?
gonna go that. I don't know if I was gonna go that far, but child, I think you should get to your safe place soon.
Oh, you're right. Thank you, Mr. Tamerlane.
She gives a wave and runs off, her wispy hair floating in the wind or the air behind her.
I'm insighting the fuck out of this. I'm sorry, but based on how Timmy has, how Tamerlane's character has, this doesn't make any sense.
I need a deception or a persuasion check in private from Tamerlane.
Okay, I'm using a hero point for this.
16. It makes no sense. It don't make no sense.
All right, 1 second. I gotta bring up my character sheet again.
I mean, he's got a
keep calling
stick.
an accent.
He's got the
But it's
stick.
Tamerlane. It's Tamerlane.
I know.
I witnessed
I
this
know.
man vomiting, being an absolute like ass in terms of physical prowess a whole week.
Tamerlane looks a little shifty-eyed, as if he's not telling the whole story or something. But you believe the little girl. She is the picture of innocence, and Tamerlane is her big hero. At least that's what she thinks.
Timmy, Tamerlane's gonna hear in you're gonna hear in your mind. Something's not right here, and you're gonna tell me what it is later. But for now, I'll trust that little girl's seemingly innocent admiration towards you.
Yeah, I kind of like. I do kind of like stop and say, I will admit, the reason I was in the alley was because I was trying to find the person I owe money to.
Uh-huh. You haven't
Yeah,
done
you remember that guy?
drugs yet, have you?
Oh yeah, well, they're pasted in my bag right now. I haven't done anything with them yet, though.
Mm-hmm.
Look, if I was going to make drugs out of them, it's going to take me a couple weeks to make that stuff.
I still feel I should mention to Syl that you do have some ingredients on you.
How about this? We'll tell them after we deal with the dragon, because we have more important shit to deal with. And again, I do not have the means to making this stuff instantly.
ironically enough, you do realize that you're saying all this out loud, right?
Yeah, I can't speak telepathically.
But
I
it's
can't
still
speak
in the room.
telepathically.
Goes to sleep.
Oh,
Still
well,
asleep. It's not.
Corvac's
It's not
asleep.
silly. I was gonna say it's not silly. You need to worry about. It's the giant half dragon around.
Do you turn to look to see what Korvac's doing?
Yeah,
Timmy?
Timmy will. Yeah, Timmy's gonna look at Korvac.
Oh, he woke up
And
Sil. So Sil
but
is actually awake during this.
isn't Blue still outside though? Like, so he's just seeing Timmy's head through the window or something.
Yeah, but he can hear Tamerlane from outside. He's right next to the door.
No. I'm saying, like, can Tamerlane see that Korvac and Sil are awake now?
Oh no.
No, but I'm being completely truthful about this.
Sil will hear in
No.
their head. How do you want me to play this? I mean, this. I don't think he's aware that you guys can hear everything he's saying.
Sil?
Sil is going to stand up. She is going to stand up. She is going to take a deep breath. She's going to cast thaumaturgy, and all anyone is going to hear is, Tamerlane, get your ass inside.
All right. I'll be in this. He
Inside,
walks in.
Timmy, you see Korvac finally puts down his piece as he takes several of yours.
Goddamn sand trap. Specialty lizard curse.
By the way, dearest Eki, have you been paying attention to any of this, or are you still lost in thought over there?
He is having an existential crisis in the garden right now, currently.
Fair.
So no,
I mean,
she's
I
paid
did
attention
catch
to nothing.
thaumaturgy.
Tamerlane walked up, stood right in front of her, stared at her, and talked to her, and she didn't even pay attention to Tamerlane, who she often isn't fond of. So I don't think she cared about thaumaturgy either.
Fair.
Oh, don't worry. I think I'm about to be existentialated all over the entirety of the lawn.
So, while this is going on, Sil, what are you gonna do? Tamerlane's coming inside.
Tamerlane, what do you have?
I reach into my bag, I pull out the vial of the stuff, and I toss it over to her.
Tamerlane, you realize it's a different vial.
Toss it. Fuck.
Now
hell's
you
this?
have what looks like to be a style cough medicine.
What the fuck? Oh, that little shit.
Well, Tamerlane will hear in their head. What little shit?
I kind of just like facepalm and said, "Oh my god, that girl stole my stuff. God damn it."
Okay, what the hell actually happened, Tamerlane?
Ugh. I kind of just like tossed the thing over to Sil just in case Sil's like, when Timmy was cleaning off the new doggy found some abyssal ticks on them. I was gonna crush them down to make something out of them. I was in one of the alleys making it. So this little girl came by, said I was using the wrong stuff. Told me that Timmy was arriving over. I gave her a coin so I could finish up the stuff. But then I'm now realizing that when I passed by her again, she swiped it off me and swapped it with this cold medicine crap.
Check your other pockets.
I check them.
You do find it in another pocket.
Oh, what? Yeah. Oh, huh. What the hell? I got this cough. Whatever. I tossed the vial over to
He
her. It
was
looks like some
trying to.
like. Go ahead.
Still catches it and goes, "She was trying to cover for you. You just suck at it."
Oh. Well, I'm not gonna hide it. I mean, I'm not gonna hide it. I'm using this thing. Yes, like, as I kind of hand it over to you, like the black voidish looking thing. And I know what you're thinking. No, I wasn't using this for drugs. And to God, I was gonna make this thing as I was gonna use it as a poison or something to use on the dragon.
You were going to use a poison on a green dragon.
Yeah, I know. That's how powerful this crap is. Well, it's technically a poison in how it's used, but it's more like some sort of thing, abyssal thing that strikes at the inner core of the person.
Wait,
What
that shit
do
does
I need to
soul
roll
damage?
to figure out what this? What would I need to roll to figure out what the fuck this shit does?
Arcana.
Okay, I'm using a hero point to get rid of my disadvantage.
Okay.
Okay, that needs. Where's my Arcana?
Still, you have no idea what this will do.
I don't like that I rolled that high and still don't know. What is
You do,
my gut
according,
feeling?
you have no idea. With it being a grinded up paste, he said it was abyssal tick. You've never run into them and you've never seen them used or medicine or anything else.
You told me to be a bit more constructive with my stuff, so I just used this thing I learned from Corellon.
Everyone will hear in their head. So there was no diseased vagrant. I knew that sounded weird.
Okay.
I rolled my eyes at the comment, but that catch on the back on that one.
CC, were you saying something?
No.
Okay. Corback?
Yes.
Have you ever run into abyssal ticks?
No. No, I haven't.
Files are going in my bag.
Fair enough.
I am then going to pull out more of the fucking Narcane, walk over to Tamerlane, and then stick them with it.
Oh, ugh.
I thought Narcan is like a nasal spray.
Not Syl's version.
Fair enough.
Ugh.
Above table, I am not a doctor. IRL. I am taking liberties. Above table, don't come to me for medical advice.
Got it.
I mean, it's D&D. I think it's okay for it to be a type of shot.
I'll stick with my
Yeah.
tried and true
And-
method of ignoring shit.
Don't do that. That being said, Scylla's going to look at Tamerlane and go. She's going to look at both Tamerlane and Timmy and go, "Where is Eki?"
I truthfully, I'm not sure. Tamerlane offered to go check on her.
She's out in the middle. She's out in the garden somewhere. She was just like having like a moment to herself or something. I tried to talk with them, but they didn't answer, so I just let them be.
Okay. Tamerlane,
Hmm?
go to bed.
All right. He walks off to go to sleep.
Still will hear in their head. Do you want me to go check on Eki?
He'll nod.
All right, here. And Timmy will hand Eki, hand Sil the newly washed and dried and clean willow. She has a few old injuries that are still causing her some grief. So
I'll
be
look
careful,
over them.
especially on the. They got a burn on the left leg, and Timmy will point out the other injuries he saw while cleaning up Willow.
There are many. So you and
I
Eki knew
will
about
tend
most
to
of
them.
these, but they need extended treatment.
Fair. I will do what
Well,
I can before Bucket flap, and I am going to curl back around Corback because Sil needs a nap.
There.
Timmy will head out to go find Eki.
She's not hard to find.
Eki, you'll hear in your head, "Hey, Eki, how you holding up?"
He's just gonna take like a deep breath and just kind of look up at Timmy and just be like, I do not like this place.
It has its ups and downs, that's for damn sure.
Since I have been here, I have yet to find any redeeming qualities about this place. I think I was excited to come here and that I would find new things, and instead, it just seems like everyone here is terrible. Maybe not Sil or you. I don't know the others much. Tamerlane is not good, but I don't think there's much redeeming in this place.
How long have we been here? Like a little bit of a week.
No, I think it's been a couple of days.
Oh, why am I thinking like a week? Well, we've only been here a couple of days. Like I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff in the city and people and places that are incredible about this place.
Actually,
You know?
thinking about it, this might only be you might have gotten here last night.
It
No.
has to have been longer
Maybe 2
because they've
days.
lost a few levels of exhaustion and you know what I mean? And we were in the
Okay.
wild stuff.
I had when we got to here, when we got to the church, I had 5 levels of exhaustion because I hit the ground at 5 at the start of a new day.
Mm-hmm.
How
So,
many are you at now?
and I gained a level of exhaustion when you got like I gained a level after sleeping because I was up all night healing, and then we got into town. So that was one day.
Also, you have the
So well, technically
T
that was 2 days.
that removed.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah. So I had 5. 2 of those I gained while they were with the person. That's 2 days. I had 1 level get popped off with a potion, and 1 with sleep because I'm down to 3.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been about 3, almost 4 days.
And they said from when Tamerlane first got there after he'd had his first look over that he needed 3 days at least from when they looked at him after his first sleep for the drugs to come off. And we're getting close to the drugs coming off. So we got to be right around getting close to 4 days just in the city.
Yeah, 3 4 days, something like that.
But Yeah, I was gonna say hide in her hair. Eki would just look at Timmy and say, "I'm not talking about this city, Timmy. I'm talking about this whole place."
What? This area of Faerun? Like, what do you mean?
Have we not? I thought we talked about this. I'm not from here,
Ah,
from
right, right.
Faerun.
Oh, this plane of well, you've only been here a couple like you've only been on in this plane of existence for like I think that's a week. Like we from traveling from where we found the party to the city, I think it's been a week because
About, yeah.
yeah. But you've only been in this plane for like a week, yeah, and you've only met us and a few people in the city. Your sample size is way too small.
Have you seen anything good since we've been traveling together, Timmy? We've met with a drug addict who only cares about making drugs. We've met with a person who's so dedicating to helping those she cares about that she's trying to kill herself. We recently met a giant half dragon man who seems to only not kill the drug addict because he cares so much about Syl. We've met with Darian, who opens portals to a different place that had bodies stacked inside of it, with us only hearing their explanation of why all of these people were wounded. And since we've been here, everyone's tried to kill each other. They try and hurt children and they beat animals. Is there anything good we've seen so far?
I will grant you, you have had a rough introduction to this plane. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You have your sample size, yeah, definitely way in the negative. But there are good people in this world, you know. There are good there not just you don't can't just look at your immediate surroundings. You got to look at everyone around. I've met people who for no other reason other than to be kind helped an old man cross a river despite the fact that they had to ruin everything they were carrying around with them. I myself personally, look at this. Timmy will pull out a little necklace around his waist, which is his carafe of closure. This was the most valuable thing the person who saved me owned. They didn't have to give it to me; they could have escaped, but they gave it to me, and I survived. I would have been dead without this thing. There are good people in this world. You just gotta find.
It sounds like people are only good in moments of tragedy. You said someone gave you that so you wouldn't die, and someone lost their stuff to help another person live. Why aren't people good just because it feels good to be good and it feels bad to be bad?
Well, I think that's kind of dim view you look at it like that. I don't think it's about being good just to be good and being bad just to be bad. There's always something to be gained from helping another person. There's no escaping that. But the people who actually try to be good, they're good people.
But that's what confuses me. Why do you have to gain something to help another? Why can't you just do it because they need your help? Why would you do it because you get something from it?
Well, people don't only help people just to gain something, but a lot of times the gain is just part of the helping. Like for example, let's say I helped you do something. For example, I helped carry you up a flight of stairs because you hurt your leg. You gain something because you get to get up the stairs, and I gain a workout. You know, it's tit for tat. You know, quid pro quo, that kind of stuff.
I I guess maybe we don't see the same way, but I don't think it should be like that. It, I don't know why anything has to be gained from something. It just seems like you just either do or don't. Seems simple enough, but here everyone seems to care about things too much, like money or objects or items. I don't see what that benefits anyone. The dog thinks that it's just made to be kicked and beat and die on the street, and the kids think that it's okay for people to hit them and steal from them when they're just children without parents.
Speaking of the dog, let's let's make an example of you. You help that dog for no other reason but to help it, right?
I thought so.
But by helping the dog, you've gained an ally who's good, who's very good at tracking people.
Sorry, I just read that, what Kai wrote. He's just gonna look at Timmy and say, I talked with the dog. They do not name each other because they believe they're just made to be hurt and die in the streets and help people. They believe they're just supposed to help people and that their name is known by being kicked or yelled at.
Well, obviously,
That's
this
them.
this dog has been abused almost all its life. Abuse does bad things to people, like just awful, awful things.
They said that's what all dogs believe. It sounds like that they serve the all dog and the all dog sends them back and that they're on their fourth life. And so this isn't even the first time they've done this.
Well, you can't just believe that every dog in the world believes the same. I mean, there are dogs out there who are pampered all their lives. There are dogs who are so loyal to their owners that they will die for them. Yes, but there are also dogs who literally will die after a long and happy life with their owner. I heard tell that there was one dog who did not die until its master died, despite being old as dirt. You know, your sample, like I said, your sample size is just too small. You haven't seen enough of this world to really be able to understand the nuances.
Are you saying that Willow lied to me?
No,
That dogs lie too?
what I'm saying is this dog is a very specific circumstance.
Mm. I suppose. I guess we'll spend more time looking around. I thought coming here would be different, like the others always talked about, but it is worse. I see why people don't like to leave. And I think she's just gonna stand up and she's gonna hand you her little Bjorn that she made for Willow and just wrap it around you to where it's easy. I think that you should carry the dog for a while. And then she'll just start walking back inside and say, I guess the others are ready to sleep because we have to leave soon.
Are you sure you want me to carry Willow around? I'd be the front line combatter. So
I can also hit things if need be, and I think hitting things would be nice for a bit. It's made to where if you have to let Willow down quickly, she'll just kind of show you a spot on your neck. You just tug this and it will open, and Willow will be able to get away fast and run off.
all right. I'm gonna
So
have
let's go.
Timmy. What out of character? Timmy's gonna have to show Syl the good parts of this world. We need to find a pastry shop as soon as possible.
You mean Eki?
Yes, Eki. I thought I had Willow in the head, but
You didn't say Willow either.
what did I say?
You said
You said
still.
That's
Yeah, let's
okay.
ignore
I
everything
knew
that
what you
just
were
happened
meaning.
with Eki. I'm taking Syl on a date. It's effectively what Timmy just
Hey,
did.
you know what? Honestly,
No,
above table still use a nice spa day and some treats as well. Let's be truthful with ourselves, you know.
e-
So,
everyone could. Everyone.
yeah. Right.
I get names confused. Sorry, but yeah,
Oh, you're
Eki needs like a cinnamon roll or something.
Where's Van?
um,
I mean, y'all do have some cinnamon rolls.
uh,
Timmy got some the other day with the pancakes.
Yeah, but no, I think after showing that, she'll just kind of start walking in and say, "Is everyone in the same room we left them in? Are we sleeping here? What are we doing?"
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone's back in that room over there, and Timmy will lead the way back to the rest of the group.
Like he'll just follow.
Y'all make it
I
back
mean,
into the
Phil,
room.
yeah,
What's that up
Phil
to?
and Tamerlane are asleep.
Yeah.
Phil and Tamerlane are asleep.
Yeah, I'm out.
So, is there anything the party would like to do for the day?
Becky's gonna just check to make sure that Syl didn't put her armor back on and that Tamerlane doesn't have armor on so they can get actual sleep.
Tamerlane does.
Just be the first thing
Yeah.
that she does.
My stuff's off.
Oh, he took it off? Good.
Well, yeah, I can't sleep in
Yeah.
chainmail.
You're learning better
Like
Yeah.
I
than
said,
Syl.
Eki was just making sure.
Hey, shush! I'm wrapped around Korvac. He wouldn't have let me go to sleep with my armor on.
Mm-mm.
Timmy will sit down across from Korvac once again to start off the game because Thrycreans don't sleep.
I am assuming that they're going for, especially with Darian here, they're probably going for like a full 8-hour rest, right?
Yes, they're gonna be doing the full sleepy sleep.
Okay. Eki is just going to let Timmy and Korvac know. I'm going to explore for just a bit, not far. I'll be back so I can get my 4 hours in of communing with my people. So I'm rested. I'll be back within 3.5 hours. If you don't see me, who knows? And then she's just going to kind of start making her way and just look back again and be like, I'll be fine. And she's not going to go far. She just wants to go maybe kind of do what Timmy did on that day and look for food or things like that and just kind of stay close to the temple so she doesn't get lost just in the areas they've probably already been. And, keep an eye out for little urgent kids or something like that. They've seemed nice so far.
Timmy
Fair.
will pop into your head. Are you sure you want to go alone? Like
She'll
there
just,
are some fucked up things happening in the city, especially with that what
she's
Damien mentioned.
Yeah, she's just going to respond. You said I need a larger sample size to see that there's good here. If I can't walk close to the temple and find it, then I think my point is more proven.
I don't think you can get a proper sample size in a block radius.
No, but I can start to grow my sample size by going with around the city to look for food and things like that. I won't get in trouble.
I'm not worried about you getting in trouble. I'm worried about other people starting trouble.
Oh, I'm not worried about that either. I'm going to be close by. I'll be fine. And if I'm not, then it was my time to die. I'm just gonna continue making her way out the door.
See, it's stuff that it's concerns talk like that that makes me want to go with you.
You just kind of barely hear her say, because she's making her way down the hallway. It's what my religion believes. When it's our time to die, we die. It's fine. Kind of prepare to just, like I said, kind of just do like sightseeing, basically, of like people watching. She doesn't want to go shopping or anything, but she would plan for on her way back since Timmy got them like food the last time to try and pick up some food for people, stuff she remembers that people liked, and just kind of walk around and just do some sightseeing. Like I said, she's not up to anything crazy.
As you're walking along, you do see an old lady with a cane slowly going down the street.
Um,
Oh, hello, Missy. What are you doing up so early?
I have not slept yet.
Oh dear, you should be sleeping. Were you having nightmares?
No, no nightmares. I just am going to look around the city some and get food for my friends, and then I will rest.
Well, if you've been struggling to sleep, perhaps I can offer you some hot chocolate and conversation.
I do not know about the chocolate, but I'm happy to have a conversation if you want someone to talk to.
Oh, I always love talking to different people, especially when they're from far away. You don't look like you're from here, are you, little missy?
Ecky's just trying to decide, is this woman taller or not than Ecky, just out of curiosity?
She's way hunched over, so she's technically shorter. You think in
Okay.
her youth she was pretty tall, but she's withered with age.
Well, that makes sense. I think Ecky was just confused on the little missy part. To be like, I don't think I'm little. Maybe I am, but no, I am not from here.
You are still young. But if you'd prefer I didn't use that terminology, that is fine as well.
I guess I just don't know what it means. I just did not think I was little. We met a little girl. She was small.
I can imagine. Now, would you like to join me for a drink? Perhaps tea
Um,
or coffee, if it is not hot chocolate you are looking for?
okay, sure. Where do we go for this?
Ah, there's a nice little shop just down the road. Makes the best teas and hot chocolate, and their scones are to die for. A young elven boy works there. He's quite the cutie. If I was younger, perhaps I'd make a pass, but alas, I have let the years catch up to me. The days of running down the road have long since abandoned me. Now, let's go get something to drink.
Ecky will just nod and follow.
He brings you to this quaint little coffee shop in which she has a conversation with a young blonde elf. He's probably in his 200s. So not the youngest, but for elf years, he's pretty young. He brings a little tray of scones that are fresh from the oven. Gives some hot chocolate to the woman. And what can I do for you, miss?
Um, I I don't know. I guess one of the scones and something to drink that goes good with one.
Well, what kind of thing are you looking to drink? Hot chocolate, teas, coffees, just water, some juice.
Coffee's fine.
What would you like with it?
Um, just coffee. Is there?
Alrighty then.
I don't normally put more in it.
I'll be out in just a moment.
Okay.
He gives you a smile before moving back in to go get your coffee.
Ecky's gonna look over at the lady and say, I think you still have a shot with him. You should talk to him.
Oh, I don't think so. It's been a long time since my partner died, but that is how it goes when we are no longer young. They are off in better pastures now.
That is good to hear.
Well, they say that, but there is every chance the old fool has got themselves in trouble. I won't find out till I leave this old decrepit body to go on the next adventure.
Does Eki know what species or race this lady is?
They look human.
Oh, okay. When you die, do you just go to a pasture?
It is a saying, my dear. Most go to their gods, but with the things me and my friends got to and up to when we were young, who knows where we'll end up? I don't think the gods are kind enough to let us rest. Plus, my old boys will find trouble no matter what I do. So I will need to go and find them upon expiring here in this world.
What did you do when you were younger and ran with your old boys?
We were adventurers. Quite good ones, too, if I'd say so myself.
There seems to be a lot of people I meet here who are adventurers. Most I've met so far.
We are a special breed, always moving and finding others. Adventurers know how to find other adventurers. After all, we're all cut from the same cloth.
Off table, I feel like you say them just to make Eki confused. Say the things Eki's gonna like look at her outfit and say, I don't know why people would get cut from cloth, but that's an interesting thing.
Ah, right, from the other worlds. What I mean is that we are always the ones that are traveling, moving from place to place, and never really settling down. We all have. That's another metaphor. Most people settle and stay in the same place from time to for their entire lives. Adventurers are always on the move, though. And those that are moving tend to notice those others that are moving as well. But it's
Did
been a
you
long time since my adventuring days.
Were you an adventurer to kill dragons? That's what Timmy does.
I fought a dragon or two in my time.
I've heard they're not easy to beat.
No. Good heavens, no. There's nothing easy about taking on a dragon. Smart little devils they are, but the most deadly of challenge, and a great way to bond with your friends, as long as everyone makes it through.
Why did you choose to fight the dragons?
Oh, for this or that reason. Back then, the society that is in place today wasn't quite the same as it is now. Back then, adventurers wandered and did what they could whenever there was a quest to be found. The first one we got in a tangle with was causing quite the ruckus in the nearby villages. It kept asking for virgins to be brought and sacrificed to them, and they'd fly them off to do who knows what. We never did find them, so we believe they may have eaten them. Or thrown them through a portal. We weren't ever sure. But it was a thing that needed doing, so we did it.
Still, so dragons are also bad then.
Oh, some can be. Usually you'll see rather diabolical things coming from the chromatics. But the metallics, while a little oppressive, are generally good-intentioned. But for every stereotype, there are those that do not fit. Nothing
We are
ever
supposed to
fits
go.
nicely in a box.
I think if you have the right size things for the box, you should fit them in there, or you need a bigger box.
Have you ever tried to put a cat in a box that does not like the box?
Why would I put a cat in a box? I met one recently. Sil keeps feeding it, and it follows her now.
Oh,
It seems fine, but
cats are said to love boxes. Even if you just draw one on the ground, they'll sit in it. But if you try to force one in a box, they will be none too happy about it, and they will fight their way free.
well, isn't that what anyone would do if you tried to force them into a box? That doesn't seem very comfortable.
No, even if it is a very comfortable box, though. But, yes, no one likes to be forced in a box. And some people do not fit neatly into a box, no matter how big the size. They could be a circle, or perhaps a rectangle facing the wrong way.
I think I understand. I just don't know why we would put people and cats in boxes.
Because people find it easier when things are organized. They don't have to think too much about it. But I've never liked how people think. I think we should be judged on what we do and what we have done.
Think I agree with you there.
Too many are too quick to judge when they do not need know the whole story. There was a time we got in quite the trouble because of what people thought of us just upon our arrival. They thought us to be murderers. But we were not.
Were you murderers?
We had indeed killed, yes, but not murderers. At least not in the way most would say. The individual in which we came in contact with was quite the diabolical man, kidnapping women and young children and, well, doing not so nice things to them. When we accosted him, things turned violent as he tried to kill everyone he had in front of him. So we fought and rescued them. But they could not be sent home to where they were. So we found another home for them. But the noble's brother, who was involved, though not that we knew it, blamed us for his death and spread rumors that we were just bandits seeking to steal his money.
So you fought a bad person that you had to kill because he wanted to hurt people, and then his sibling decided to be a bad person and tell everyone you were bad people?
Indeed, it was quite the situation when we first arrived. It took quite some
Was
doing to earn the people's trust, but we did.
was that in this city?
No, no, that was far to the east, many years ago.
Timmy said that I have too small of a sample size, and if that city's further away, then that makes my sample size bigger.
Oh? And what are you sampling?
Since I have been here, I have not found many good things. Most everything here is bad. And the ones who live here are bad.
What makes you say that?
Mm. Well, I guess long story short, we met a dog and she's very nice. And we spoke with her, and she said that how she knows her name is by being kicked or yelled at, and that the person who beat her was nice, even though she was just trying to get food from the trash, and that he blew up a possum and hurt a raccoon. So they beat on the defenseless, and the dog said it was fine. And then the children we've met who don't have parents, but they take care of themselves, get stolen from and beat by guards. Since I've been here, we went into a portal and most everyone was hurt, and we just assumed the people who took us there did not hurt them. They seem to care about them, but the person who cares the most is almost killing herself from caring, and then one of the ones she cares about the most is more interested in doing drugs than helping people.
I see, I see. It seems the curse of the adventurers has come upon you early. Quite a tragedy, I think. Adventurers rarely see the best in people. Sometimes we'll see those that take a stand, but too often they are the ones that die early. Adventurers always have a habit of coming around when trouble is brewing. They see those that are in need because that is where they need to be to help. It is not a happy path, I think. But it is one where,
Tim,
if the people that are put in it can do their best, they can do great good.
Timmy said that when you help people, it's a tit for tat, that you get something and they get something, and that's why people do it, because you get things for it. And he is an adventurer.
I won't lie. There are many that seek out adventuring for the money, or the reward, or the prestige. That would be the bulk of most people, as most people are looking to make a living, to be able to travel, to deal with things, and perhaps pay off debts, perhaps buy a better home for their family. But there are still others, those that are selfless, those that wish to help because it is the right thing to do. But they are few, and they have a habit of dying young. Those that are selfish tend to live longer, unfortunately. But just because they are few does not mean they are not there. It sounds like that girl that you referred to that worries too much may be one of them. Though I would not be able to tell on my own.
I think she is one of the good ones. She will probably just die because she's exhausted all the time and doesn't take care of herself.
Well then, are you a good person?
I don't know. I thought I was, but I was told that hitting people who kick a dog is not okay. I thought that was what you did. If someone hurts something who is defenseless, you hit them back.
That is what I would do. But my arms can't carry my axe anymore.
I think it is okay when we get old to not swing axes.
And yet, because I cannot swing my axe, there are people I can no longer save. I was selfish in my youth, and I was strong, and there's much that I would have changed now that I am old. But we do not get that chance. We do what we can with what we have.
I think that's what you're supposed to do. Just hopefully do it in the way that is right.
Indeed. But always remember, what is right for you may not be right for others. I wish I had learned that when I was young and stubborn.
You see her get a
I'm,
far look in her eyes for a moment.
yeah, I think I would just go and just let her contemplate, have her time.
It very well much could have been if I had been open to see other ways. My brother would still be alive to see what the world has become. But wishing doesn't get anything done unless you have the magic to do so. And wish spells are a dangerous thing.
I think that if you spend your time when you're older wishing to change the past, you give up your opportunity to change things in the present.
Oh,
And
I quite agree.
while you might not be able to swing your axe, you can do many other things now that help in the way you best are able to. And you can only believe that when your time to die comes, that you will go on to the next place you're meant to be, and it's a good one. Even if you couldn't see differently in your youth, you've grown to see things now. Change is inevitable. It happens to all of us.
I can guarantee you, young one, that when I die, I will not be going somewhere good. I am an adventurer at heart. Even if my body does not know it, there are wars yet still to be fought. I do not know where I will go, but I know there will be people that need help. And so we will give it.
And is that not a good place to go?
It's not a good place, no, but is where I am needed, and it is where I will thrive.
Mm. Do you think you were a good or a bad person?
I do not think that I was either. I did good, yes. But I did it for the wrong reasons when I was young. That changed when I was older, but we were too embroiled in everything going on, too caught up in our own wonder. But if I were asked, did I do more good than I did bad, I would say that I did more good.
Mm.
I hope that when
I think
you
that
are
makes
old,
sense.
like me, you will think the same.
How old will I have to be old like you?
I do not know, but the day will come, one way or another.
Mm.
I just hope
That
you
is
do not
fair.
have to see the things that I saw.
I am unsure what I'll see. I am hopeful that perhaps there will be some things that are better because so far it has not been that way. And I look young because I think for my species I am younger, but I am over 300 years old. So I've been around for a while.
So still young.
For me, yes, I think.
Once you catch up to me, we'll have this conversation again. I have a feeling we will meet again after I am gone. I look forward to hearing your stories.
Um, and I look forward to hearing more of yours.
Oh, you'll find them one way or another. All you have to do is look to the histories. I'm sure some old bard has written them somewhere. But I think it is time that you find breakfast. You said you were looking for it for your friends?
Um, yes, could I ask what your name is?
My name is Elvira. Most called me Vera the Fierce when I was young, though.
Then Elvira or Fear the Fierce. If I happen upon a bard, I will inquire more about your stories.
I look forward to seeing what you make of your own stories.
Mm.
I will see you again, young one.
She gives you a nod and shuffles back onto her feet.
Try not to get into too much trouble. Or if you
I
do,
will try.
make sure you make it out.
Mm,
As she
yes,
shuffles
I
her
will
way
try
out the
that
door.
as well. Aki will let her go without bugging her and kind of go up to the elf guy and say, I need to get breakfast for my friends. Can you help with that?
Yeah, already been paid for too. Here you are. As
Oh,
you are given a full banquet of food.
um, thank you. Can I leave you this for the next time she comes in? And Aki just wants to slip him, I don't know, like 5 gold, just like cover some stuff for her as a next time for Elvira.
Sure enough. Stay safe.
Uh, could I ask you one question? She looks human, but she kept implying she's older than me.
That'd be old Vira. Pretty sure the Reapers come to take her several times, but I think she beat him.
That is impressive. Well, I appreciate your time and all of the food. And then she's just gonna make her way back out the door and towards the temple again.
She was lying, by the way, about the axe.
That she can still swing it.
Yeah.
I
That's why
mean,
I think the
I
Reaper
think it's
hasn't come
pretty
for her
obvious.
again.
Like he's just gonna kind of look at him and say, I think it's pretty obvious, even to me, if you're that open about your adventures and comfortable talking about things, that you could probably still beat a lot of people in a fight.
Probably. But
Oh,
you should head
I,
off before that gets
I hope,
cold. You have a wonderful night. Morning.
yeah, she's gonna say, yeah, she'll say thank you. I hope she comes back in to see you soon. She likes your scones and hot chocolate. And Aki will just kind of start making her way back.
And as you are heading back to rejoin the party for breakfast of the next day, that is where we're going to be ending it. Good job, you guys. That was a lot of fun. I always like seeing what kind of trouble this party gets into. Next time, we're going dragon hunting. For everyone else that's listening in, come along. Oh, they have shit to get into. Y'all have a wonderful day. Peace.
So